Good evening. I have been teaching for 17 years now and have taught students from diverse cultures. I have taught Filipino Chinese in the Philippines, African Americans in North Carolina, Caucasians in Virginia, Hispanics in Texas, and non Native Americans here in New Mexico. Job opportunity has brought me into the States to teach from preschool all the way to 12th graders, and I've not only learned from their cultures, but also refined myself as an educator in the course of time. Over the years, I think I've possessed most of the professional disposition of learners, such as high expectation, respect for diversity of others, fairness, professional conduct, reflection, honesty, advocacy, and dedication. And the one thing that I want to work harder on this coming school year is to develop curiosity among the students. At the start of every day, I always talk to the class their purpose of coming to school, the expectations of their parents from them, their expectations of themselves, and my expectation from them, and vice versa. This allows us to get set goals before starting our day. We all set high expectations to set our purpose. Every week, we group our students into high, medium, and low based on their skills in the weekly CBMs. This allows us to address their strengths and weaknesses and work from their abilities. The students set a goal for themselves prior to taking a test, and on my data board is the interpretation of their scores so that it is clearly communicated to them. At the beginning of the school year, I always make a social contract with the whole class, where they come up with all ways on how they want to be treated and how they should treat others. We all sign it and post it on the wall as a constant reminder. Gestures and verbal reminders are set to help each other, and consequences are made if necessary. This allows accountability, interactions, and high expectations from them. The United States has become a melting pot of cultures. Each is unique and wonderful to learn from. From my years of experience, I have learned to respect the diversity of cultures of my students and the community. At first, I tried to learn their culture by observing their ways, including the way they talk and some do's and don'ts. I always try to connect similarities between their culture and mine, if there are any, to build trust from each other. Upon learning their culture, I include that in the planning of activities to avoid harm and to provide cultural relevance. I highly encourage everyone to show respect to our differences, and I do not tolerate inappropriate behavior of any kind. And again, the social contract helps and guides us in respecting our diversity. As an educator and the adult in the classroom, I always model fairness in my students. I always use every opportunity to model and show fairness and show them how it looks like in every given situation. And I love it when students recognize it in our actions. Whenever situations arise, I always take the time with my students to rationalize why it happened, how it happened, and what can be learned from it. Giving them the opportunity to understand that make every situation a learning opportunity for them. I am a Catholic. I went to Catholic schools, and my professional conduct is strongly influenced by my faith. My job is very important to me, and I love doing it. So I make sure that I do everything on point. In terms of dealing with my colleagues, I help if help is needed. I communicate with them in a manner that is respectful and appropriate. I volunteer in ways that I know I am capable of doing, and I get to be proactive in our PLCs. I always keep notes to myself about everything and anything. Then I look back at these notes and reflect on it and how I can be better and do better next time. Reflection allows me to improve my way of teaching so that I can deliver my expectations and provide the needs of my students. I also love getting constructive criticisms from others as they see things in me and in what I do that I don't. I then use it to improve for the next time. Like I said previously, my class is social contract, and I'm a strong advocate of building positive relationship among my students. We spend most of our waking hours together, and it would be meaningful if those hours are spent fruitfully and positively with each other. We signal to help each other in a way that is not offensive or embarrassing, and we help each other solve issues. I prefer to rationalize problems with the whole class and seek their help in finding better and more effective solutions so that they can become better thinkers and become responsible of their actions. For the past couple of years, I've always been greeting my students by the door in the mornings, giving them firm handshakes, hugs, and high fives. This helps improve their mood and remind them that whatever happened before they stepped inside the classroom, things are brand new when we all start the day together. I take time to ask one personal question to a student every day. This somehow allows me to get to know them a little more. Every day, we also share good news. This lets them share good things that have happened to them at school and at home. Good news aren't always the same to everyone, but everything and everyone is celebrated. The students have been looking forward to share their good news, and for others, it is often a reminder that they have to do something good to be able to share one, which is wonderful. During my entire teaching career, I can tell that I would always be in school on time every day. My job is not just a career. For me, it is my vocation. I put my life into it and I take it personal. I do what I have to do without complaining to the best of my ability. And every year, I also participate in trainings voluntarily on my part without the school or the district's initiative. The one thing that I want to focus on getting better this year is curiosity. I want to develop my art of questioning, creating a set of questions based on the hierarchy level and the target goals of learning. I want to create questions that challenge students to think and rationalize responses based on given information. And lastly, for me, professional educators should uphold themselves in high regard wherever they are and whatever they do. We are viewed differently from other professionals because we shape the future of the country. And that is, for me, the highest standard that we all should put ourselves in. Thank you.